Mr. Munene Ngotho,
Yes.
General Manager of the Fairmont Mara Safari Club. Pleasure to be speaking with you today.
Great, thank you very much.
Now, we've met previously, so you've been here for how many years?
12 years now?
12 years.
Yes.
Why
And I
don't you
love it.
tell us what's happened over that 12-year period? You know?
Well, when I joined, it
Yes.
was Londra Hotels.
Yes. Oh, so you joined at the time of Londra?
The Londra Hotels.
Yes.
Yes. And when they just built it. It was actually first built in 1989.
This was?
This camp.
Yes.
So if you see
During
an
the
area
time
shot.
of Tiny Roland?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very famous.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, isn't he? Yeah. He did a lot of work in Africa, didn't he?
Yeah.
So when it was actually built, it was taken over from the area chief who owns this place.
Who's very
called Senior
famous.
Chief Olen Tutu.
Yes.
Yeah,
Who
his
had
son is now
how
the
many
senator.
children did he have?
About 65.
How many wives?
Oh, 10. As far as I know.
He's Maasai. I don't know what's in their food.
He could do it, but they all did well. They're all
Yes.
doing very well. Yes.
Very well.
Yeah. So the area shot that you see, you'd see where the tents are and how the river is, or how
Yes.
the camp is built on a crossbow. The river goes, there's some point at the end, and then goes around this way. So every single tent is on the river.
That's right.
If you see that area shot, you can actually see the tents.
Yeah.
Now we tried to do a helicopter shot about a year ago. You cannot see the tents. That's because we planted lots of trees
Yes.
on the property.
Yes.
That would cover up the trees, give some shade.
Because you don't feel that anyone else is in this
Exactly.
hotel with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
In this camp.
Exactly. And so the idea is to have those trees so that yes, you have that privacy in the tent. As you know, canvas is just canvas, it's a fabric.
Yes.
So you don't want to hear everybody next door to you. So you do all this planting of the trees. And actually, if you took an aerial shot now,
Yes.
you'd not be able to see the camp as it was at that particular time because we planted lots and lots of trees.
Wow.
The other thing is that every single tent, of course, fronts onto the river.
Yeah.
So everybody has a view of the
Yeah.
river. You just sleep on your deck, stay on your deck, have a drink, a sundowner
That's
on your
right.
deck. You can
And,
see all
and
the
you're
crocodiles
accompanied by the
yeah.
hippos and
And
the
the hippos.
snorting.
Exactly.
It's fantastic.
Exactly.
Yes.
2006, Fairmont stepped in,
Yes.
and it was the best thing that happened to us because they did lots of renovations. A lot of money was invested. We did this deck that wasn't existing at that particular time.
Okay.
Yeah, that time it was just a pathway.
So what was the main structure?
The
was
main
here?
structure is still there,
Yeah.
but this whole deck
Yeah.
was constructed during that time of Fairmont. And of course, we redid all the tents.
Yes.
Bought some new vehicles. So it's a complete makeover
Yes.
from what it was like
in
before.
206.
Yeah, it was, yes. Yes.
And since 206, you've been in a very interesting period in Kenya in that we've had big ups and downs
Yes.
in the tourism industry. Do you feel sometimes it's external, or how would you describe this period that we've been through?
Came in when it was very busy.
Yes.
And business was booming right around the Mara.
I mean, this is the premier destination for Kenya, right?
It's the best game.
Yeah.
Best game reserve probably in Africa, I would say.
Yeah. Super.
And the advantage also we have here is that we are in a conservancy. So in a conservancy, you're allowed to drive off-road.
Yes.
And we don't have many camps around us.
No, and the other thing is, frankly, and what I've noticed is here, the experience is quite personal because you're seeing things, you see so much stuff. There are not 100 other vehicles here.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the advantage you have.
Yeah.
And in fact, the conservancy works so well that about 2 days ago, people went down on a game drive. They only did like 3-kilometer radius.
Yes.
They see lions. They saw a leopard. Almost everything was just there.
Amazing.
Yes.
And when you say conservancy, who are the owners? It's the local Maasai who own it, and then what you are renting it from them. Is that how it works?
The Masai Mara is composed of the main game reserve, which comes under the Narok County government.
Yes.
And then surrounded by a lot of conservancies that belong to group ranches of the local Maasai who have lived there for so many years. So they own the land. So whatever fees we collect as park fees,
Yes.
instead of going to the local government, it actually goes to the local Maasai themselves
Yeah.
for their own development and for them also then to conserve and coexist with the wildlife.
Yes.
Yes.
And do you feel confident that the degree of coexistence is a good one now? Because everyone always talks about human-wildlife conflict.
Yes.
What is happening here, Munene?
Fortunately for us, we've not had any incidents in our own conservancy.
Yes.
And a few of the others as well. There's a bit, was there a couple of years ago, I think some conflict last year, in fact, conflict, some Maasais and some lions way further down from us.
Yes.
That sort of attacked some cattle or something like that. But it doesn't usually happen much because the they appreciate what they get. They appreciate the importance of the visitors coming in here. And a lot of the tourists also who come in get a chance to visit the Maasai village. They get to see what goes on there. And they ask us if there is any need or any support they can give to the local community. And so from that, we've been able to put up biogas plant for a local Maasai school. We've put in some water for another school, for another village. There's a school that we are supporting again, that we're actually putting up a dormitory for the girls in that primary school. There's a lot of support that comes out from guests who come here. And once they go and interact with them. And of course, there's so many who come in and keep returning back.
Yes.
Yes.
You have lots of repeat visitors.
We do.
You're like
we do.
me.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. Yes, one of my advantages.
Tell me about, in this 10-year period, what has been the most extraordinary thing you've seen
We have got a few weddings.
Yes.
And we've been in touch with.
Is this a wedding destination now?
Very good wedding destination.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a couple that came in and did the first couple that I did a wedding for here. And they came in first as a couple, and then they decided they want to have a wedding. The gentleman, who's a doctor in the Netherlands, then wanted to propose to his girlfriend. He asked me, how could we do something unique?
Yes.
So he printed a banner.
Yes.
He actually drew it up himself.
Yeah.
He sent it through DHL.
Yes.
Our office in Nairobi collected it for him. They sent it to me.
Yes.
And then we laid it out here. The day he was coming,
yes,
I flew to Nairobi. We have a good arrangement with Air Kenya and Safari Link. And I had a chat with the pilot and arranged that we'd have the banner spread out on the airstrip.
Wow.
So when he flew in,
yes,
I told the couple, look, there's some lions down on the airstrip.
Yeah.
So they both looked.
Yes.
The man knew what was going on. The lady, it's spectacular.
Yeah.
And the look on that lady's face,
wow,
was amazing.
So people come, they get married. Do you do it outside? Do you do it on the property? How do you?
We've got a couple of sites on the property that we do it on. Outside as well, we have a few sites that we use. Again, they belong to the local people themselves. Every time we use a site, either for maybe like a sundowner or a wedding, the local owner of that particular land benefits. If you do a bush dinner for a guest, we also pay a rental to the owner of that that site. It's our site, it's reserved for us.
Yes.
But every time there's a function,
there's a charge.
they benefit. So there is a charge and they benefit from that. So they like that.
Yeah.
So and of course they work with us.
Yes. Obviously you need their assistance, and it seems you have it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The other thing we have here is we have the rhino sanctuary.
Yes.
No other conservancy in Amara has it.
Yes.
This is a white rhino. White rhino are not so wild.
Yes.
They can be a bit, yes. I mean, they can.
They're
still a wild animals, basically, but they're not as bad as maybe the black rhino.
Yes.
So they're easy to perhaps approach. So we had another wedding again, and the guest wanted to have that spectacular moment in Amara.
Wow.
He had taken over the whole lodge. He's an American dentist. He came down here, and he asked, "What can you give me a moment that's something spectacular?" So I said, "Oh, fine, we can do something." So. Had a word with the rangers. Yes. They were able to actually somehow maneuver the rhinos to come through. Wow. And it was out in the tent where you had a bush breakfast today. Yes. And we made them come in, after they said their vows and everything else, then I asked the rangers not to let the rhino come past. And it came right past where the tent was. Wow. So you can imagine the look on everybody's face. Exactly. Exactly.
And Munene, tell me something, you have, I found that the food is delicious. A lot of tomatoes, the avocados, I'd never tasted like that. Do you want to tell us a little bit about, you've got a farm here?
Yes.
Or, yes.
Yeah. We have our own organic farm.
Yeah.
Everything's grown organically and on the land, on the property itself. So we grow our own vegetables, we grow our own especially salads. We have all the tomatoes, the avocados, we have even bananas that we grow on that land. We just planted some pawpaw, but they're beginning to come up. And hopefully at some time we'll be self-sufficient. Completely. Would like to be. We're not quite, because we won't be able to grow maize here, so we still have to buy maize from outside. It's some of the other vegetables. But really the other local vegetables we get from locally. I mean, it's very, and they're all organically grown. Yes, and you taste it. Yes. It's fantastic. Yes. The only other unique thing I want to say about the place, a property like this, that I would stay here that long, is that we're like a family. Yeah. All the colleagues who work here live on the property. Yeah. We all know each other. Yes. Probably quite well. I'm also like the father of the yes. One of them, because I think I'm the oldest. And we have very, very low turnover. Unlike what you'd have like in the city. Yes, very low turnover. So some of the colleagues here, I found them here when
Yeah.
I came in.
And
We've
they're
worked
still
with them.
here?
Yeah, they're still here. There was some who clocked about 25 years.
Is
just the
that
other
is
day.
that and you think that must be part of the success of it?
It would be, yes.
Yes.
And in fact, the warmth of the property,
They know the guests.
they know the guests. We know the repeat guests who come in. We know them by name. We've got, of course, a database somewhere for that. But we also do know when they come in, and they'll tell us, of course, and we know they're coming back in, and we'll know what it is that they like.
Yeah.
And of course, one of the most important service thing is to make sure that you preempt what a guest wants. So
Yes.
we know when they come back again
Yes.
what it is they like, what they don't like.
Fantastic.
Great.
Thank you very much, Munene.
Great. Pleasure.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.